Scorpio, this is your energy check-in love reading. We're tuning into the person on your mind or your current situation and the energy unfolding for you right now. Let's see what wants to come through. Clear messages, advice, and guidance for my Scorpios, please. All right, so your energy, the Two of Swords in reverse, okay? Your person, the King of Swords, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius energy. They're viewing you as the Death card, Scorpio energy. Yeah, you're in alignment and they're seeing that. All right, they're a little bit conflicted behind the scenes, Five of Swords, or a bit detached. And we see the King of Pentacles in reverse, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, as your final advice or outcome. And we see the Five of Wands in reverse. I feel like, my Scorpios, you're no longer holding back. I think you're releasing anything that's toxic, anything that keeps you reactive or triggered. That's relationships, that's friendships, that's habits. You're really in alignment. You've made a decision. You're ready for something new. You don't want any sort of, repeating patterns. You're in alignment. You're not holding back. You've made up your mind. All right. Now, you may have made up your mind that you want to fight for this connection, that you want to beat out the competition. You may have made up your mind that you want a relationship, but you require somebody to show up in the correct energy, somebody who can offer you something solid, stable, secure, and also be compatible, loving, and nurturing, right? All right. So you're in hermit mode energy in reverse. So this is Virgo energy. Some of you may or may not have Virgo placements. But the Hermit in reverse is telling me that, Scorpio, you've probably been holding back for a little bit, focused on you, releasing, like I said, toxic behaviors and relationships, and, just kind of cleaning up your side of the street. No more drama. And you're ready to put yourself out there. Well, I'll tell you what, someone here is watching you. Now, you view this person as the Three of Pentacles in reverse. So you may see this person as someone who's not quite compatible with you. You might feel like this person's on the fence about you. And I'll tell you what, Scorpio, you're not dealing with that. Okay, you are not dealing with that. Anybody who's in and out of your life, or somebody who's kind of ambiguous about you or keeps you in an energy of ambiguity, you're not hanging out there. And you're viewing the relationship here as the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. So I think a lot of my Scorpios, this may have been something that was dysregulating for you, or you felt like there was too much ambiguity, or you didn't know where this was going, or you felt like an option, it was scattering your energy, and you've made a decision here that you're not going to stay stuck. And you're chalking it up to a missed opportunity and that we're not on the same page. Maybe we're not even that compatible. And, this is probably not going to happen, so I'm just going to go about my merry Scorpio way. No drama, focus on my stability. There are other options available to me. Now, we see the Seven of Cups in reverse. This person is starting to see very clearly that they want to be with you, that they want reconciliation for some of you, because some of you, this may be a connection that never found its form, or this person is developing some seriously sweet feelings for you, okay? And it just feels like because you're no longer chasing, or you're no longer sort of giving that type of energy to this connection. All right, so let's see. Let's see what the Oracle cards have to say. They see you as being in alignment, in your power. Divine masculine. There's excessive masculine energy that needs to be balanced in order to feel harmonious within. Take a step back and find a more feminine approach. But I think what's going on here, Scorpio, is like, this is you no longer chasing. This is no longer like, you know what, I have to win. I have to win this person's affection. I actually see you kind of pulling yourself out of the game, in a sense. Like, you're not going to be fighting for someone's affection. They should be fighting for your affection, right? And, you're no longer chasing, you're attracting. So Spirit's saying you're on the right path here, Scorpio. Trust your power. Your impact in the world is greater than you think. Whether you see it or not, your existence makes a positive difference. All right? And conflict resolution. Differences are bound to create conflict, but no matter how intractable, all conflicts are capable of peaceful resolution through compromise. So, I mean, obviously this could be some type of reconciliation, but I also feel like this is Spirit saying, trust your power to call in someone who can actually meet you where you are. Now, it could be this person. It may be somebody completely new. But Spirit saying, believe in miracles, Scorpio. You have to take risks. Miracles will only happen if you allow the unexpected to happen. So someone or something here is going to surprise you. It may be this King of Swords, because I do feel with Libra, Gemini, Aquarius energy, this person is watching you. But this is also someone who's in alignment, Scorpio. Okay. And again, you not fighting for someone's affection may have been another situation. It may not even be this person, but you have this person here who's watching you. Somebody who's in alignment, somebody who's not really fully showing their feelings, but they're definitely interested in you, maybe taking time getting to know you. The 10 of Wands in reverse tells me that this person is ready for a new beginning. They've also released a lot of baggage. They don't want to rush into anything with the Fool card or appear foolish, so they are a bit calculating. And we see the 6 of Pentacles in reverse, but it does feel like this person has been tossing some breadcrumbs here, Scorpio, trying to see a reaction or trying to see how you might feel. Now, they're viewing you as the Death and the Rebirth card, so they see you as in alignment. Maybe they realize you've gone through an ending, that you've released a situation where you were, felt like an option or something like that, or something where there was a lot of fighting, bickering, and arguing. They see you in alignment, focused on your stability, and the King of Pentacles in reverse. So this to me is a card of you're not who they thought you were. So they may be starting to see you differently. But I'm also seeing with the King of Pentacles in reverse, they also recognize that you're not putting in time and effort here to try to win this person over or try to win anyone over. The 4 of Cups, they may be seeing you as a bit emotionally unavailable or worried, Scorpio, that you would reject them. And the Wheel of Fortune energy in reverse, that you don't want to give to a connection. You definitely don't want to overgive. But again, I think this person is seeing you as completely independent and okay if, you're okay on your own, and you're definitely not in a pick-me energy. Queen of Wands energy in reverse. I think this person is lacking a little bit of confidence here when it comes to you, the Queen of Wands in reverse. They may even feel a little bit triggered by your energy, because it's like, I'm just going to say it, you don't give a shit. Like, you're giving off this vibe, like, I just don't give a shit. You're not in a pick-me energy. You're focused on you. You're focused on your stability. You don't want any more BS here, Scorpio. You're not going to be chasing anybody. Like I said, you're not in a pick-me energy. You're feeling like this person is most likely not compatible, or this connection, there's not potential for something solid, stable, and secure. And so you're not going to chase. You're going to be attracting, and you are attracting someone here who can see eye to eye. This is maybe triggering for this person who may not have been pulling their weight. But for others of you, this is somebody who's watching you go through that, and they're tossing a few breadcrumbs, and they're a little bit worried here. Like, you're so in alignment, you're not moving forward, and you don't really want to share what you've worked for with anybody unless they're properly vetted, all right? And I'm adding that little caveat because it's like, unless they're properly vetted. Some people may see a little bit of arrogance here, but I see my Scorpios here as knowing what you want and not lowering your standards. So what do we need to know about this person who's tossing a few breadcrumbs? Monk or nun, negative judgment of the physical world, and excess piety. All right, so this person may be a little bit worried here, Scorpio, that maybe your focus is on the wrong things, especially for those of you who are really focused on your finances right now. They may be a little bit judgmental. This person is showing up as femme fatale energy. So they are very sexy and very attractive. So I'm sure you can probably recognize that as well as other people do. How are they viewing you? Surrendering your power of choice to the divine with complete trust. Yeah, so it's like you're not afraid of making the wrong choice because you have self-confidence. You know that whatever choice you make, you're going to be able to deal with the consequences, or they're not going to be too impactful for you because you're so self-assured. Because you trust yourself and you trust your judgment, even if you feel like you misstep. And we see gambler. They see you as willing to follow your intuition even when other people doubt you. And this is also a very free-spirited energy. But I'm not going to lie, Scorpio, I do feel like this person is a little bit triggered by this because they really need to be in their power in order to come towards you. And they see you as a calculated risk taker. But they also see you as somebody that whatever happens, you know you're going to be okay. And this person is a little bit conflicted. I think they might also lack a little confidence because, again, you're a tough act to follow, Scorpio. So behind the scenes, this person is a little bit more conflicted, but we do see that they're watching you. They might be a little bit low-key obsessed with you here. The Four of Swords, but they're not moving forward. But they are putting themselves on your path. So this is somebody, Scorpio, who's showing up around you. They're probably watching you, analyzing you. You may or may not pick up on that. But I think they're trying to figure out if they stand a chance. I think they're also trying to figure you out more because looks can be deceiving, or you're not who they think you are, or they're not who you thought you were. Sorry, you're not who they thought you were. King of Pentacles. Don't invest here, Scorpio. Let this person do the work. Three of Swords. Get to the heart of the matter. Five of Swords in reverse. Be unapologetic about being yourself, going after what you want. And the Knight of Cups in reverse. Yeah, you don't want to invest until you're really sure that this person can meet you where you are. And we see this person being in alignment and communicating. Okay, so it does feel like they are coming in with truth. They are coming in with communication. But they need to be able to step up to you, Scorpio. All right, let's see what we need to know about this person. What do we need to know about this person? All right, drinks. They might need a little bit of liquid courage to come towards you. Maybe somebody's a bartender, works in a restaurant, works at the bar. They are a risk taker. They're a daredevil. Maybe they need a little bit of liquid courage to do that. And we see sexual photos. So this just tells me they find you to be very physically attractive. They're sending you love. Yeah, but it's like they're not showing it. They don't want to look stupid, and they're trying to figure out if they can actually, if they're actually good enough, or if they can actually step up to you. And so I do think that they're putting themselves in their path. But again, you're meant to, Scorpio, you're meant to let this person show you who they are. Don't invest, don't chase. Focus on you. I mean, I think they're falling in love with you. I mean, I think that you're driving them crazy behind the scenes here, Scorpio. For sure. But they have to prove their worth. They have to prove that they can step up to you is what I'm hearing. This person has integrity. I'm glad to hear it. Fleeting romance, and we see spiritual. This person is spiritual. You know, there might be a fleeting romance around this person. I do get a few different third-party hits here. So if this person has been dealing with someone, I don't think it's going to last. They definitely are feeling a little bit insecure about whether or not they're good enough for you. This person has integrity and they're spiritual. But I also feel like this person could be non-committal. They could even tend to be a bit promiscuous at times with that Queen of Wands in reverse. But I actually kind of feel like there's a fleeting romance around them. So if you've seen them with someone else and you're not really sure, I'm not seeing that as something that's lasting. What are their very next moves towards my Scorpios, please? Fool card. Not taking a risk, not taking a leap of faith. At the bottom of the deck, we do get Ace of Cups, but seeing a lot of potential. So, okay, in the next week or so, they're not going to totally take a risk. It may take a little bit longer. It may take them being around you a little bit longer. This person is going to put themselves on your path. They're not going to show you a whole lot, Scorpio. But intuitively, I'm sure you probably already know that they're into you, or that like there's a reason you keep bumping into them, or they keep showing up whenever you're at the gym, or whenever you're at the coffee shop, or whenever you're at the water cooler, or whatever it is. Like, it's not coincidence. But this person isn't sure yet that they're going to be rejected or not. And I also think they're not quite sure who you are exactly. So Spirit's advice here is find the lesson. Something has happened and it stopped you in your tracks. In reality, it was simply teaching you where you needed to grow. There is no such thing as failure, so pick yourself up, learn from it, and keep going. But I actually think that's kind of the energy that is the lessons. These are the lessons you've been learning. And we see solitude. So spending time alone is often what we need to hear the whispers of our soul. Get to know all aspects of yourself so you can stand on your own in any situation. But I think, Scorpio, this is where you are. You're coming out of hermit mode, and this is your power, and this is why people are so attracted to you, because you can stand on your own in any situation. You also have a very take it or leave it attitude, which can scare people because there's no desperation. There's no dependency here in your energy. So make this person prove that they can step up to you, Scorpio. I think they're falling in love with you behind the scenes, all right? And if there's third party around them, like this is somebody you don't really know, or you see posts or pictures or you hear something, I don't see that as something lasting. I'm seeing that as a fleeting romance, okay? So Scorpio, I'm going to leave it here. I'm sending you love and light. Take care.